Hi, I'm Rick Conlow. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you about SuperSTAR selling secrets. Now, if you take a few minutes and talk to the top selling salesperson at your company, I think you'll quickly learn some key things that they do better or differently than others. Well, we've made a career out of doing that, as we worked our business globally and worked with the best and at times some of the worst salespeople around. If you listen to this vlog, if you act on what we talk about in here, you could literally double or triple your commissions. If you want to make more money and enjoy more success, then pay close attention. So what do the best do? One of the first things that they do is they talk to more targeted customers. In other words, what they do is do their business intelligence. They look at the customers they've sold in the past, what's going on in the marketplace, and they zero in on the high potential, high profile accounts that will make them and their company the most money. And they zero in on them. Now, in addition to that, if they send material to them to make them warm customers. A cold account is harder to sell than a warm account. And how do you make it warm? You make it warm by sending added value material to the customers in advance. To introduce yourself, to educate them, to give them information maybe they don't have. And what happens is over a period of time, a week, a couple weeks, sometimes it could take a few months depending on the industry, by the information you provide them, the customer begins to associate you with added value, some differentiation from all the other salespeople that are calling on them. Then when you make your call for an appointment, you've got a better opportunity to secure it. Wow, that makes a difference. And we found that the best salespeople are better at doing that. We also found that the top salespeople, and again, this is most industries, it may be different from one to the next, but they talk to or meet with 5 customers or prospects every day to sell the product. Now, they're looking to add value, to help those customers with their business goals and challenges, but they're talking to 5 a day, week in and week out. That's what their effort is. Now, any given industry, this might be a little different, but the point here is they're talking to more accounts than the rest. And as they talk to more accounts, they sell more accounts, and because they're targeted, they get greater value, greater sales and revenue in the accounts that they sell. Now, in order to do this, you need to do your homework. You need to get organized. You need to keep track of what you're doing with your sales database to be able to focus and have a plan that you can follow week in and week out to get the results. And that's where it comes from, the consistency of that kind of effort. Now, the second thing we found that the top salespeople do is they are masters at setting their goals and tracking their results. Now, certainly, companies have their technology to be able to do this, but we found the best salespeople do that anyway. The top salesperson in one company we came across in Canada, man, he had a little book that he wrote everything down. I mean, he had very experienced, so he didn't want to use the phone action, so he did his own little book. And he wrote it down, kept track of it. And I asked him one day, why do you do that? And he said, because it's my money. Wow. He wanted to keep track of it himself. See, goal setting for what you want to achieve, how much money you want to make, helps you become a meaningful specific in life, not a wandering generality. And too many salespeople are like that. They leave their success to chance rather than predetermining their own destiny. And that's what this goal setting and tracking process done. Your personal goals give you the motivation to act and keep acting with a sense of urgency. The third thing we found that the top salespeople do is they keep learning. Now, it's interesting. I read a USA Today article about the top basketball players of all time. And they did a computer program to review all the best players ever. And they organized them into the top 25 and then the top 10. And they looked at championships, seasons played, their points, their rebounds, their assists, all the data, and they crunched it. Who do you think the top 5 were? It was interesting. Dr. J was number 5. Number 4 was Larry Bird. Number 5, Wilt Chamberlain. Or number 3 was Wilt Chamberlain. Magic Johnson was number 2. And who do you think was number 1? You got it. It was Michael Jordan. And there was a short bio with the top 10. And you know what I found as I read those bios is that these superstars kept learning. They kept training. They wanted to be the best. They worked hard. They kept at it. They didn't quit. Always getting coached by their manager so they could be more successful. So we say this to salespeople that we've seen around the world. If you increase your learning, you can increase your earning. So commit yourself to some serious study. Read the books. Listen to the tapes. Go to all the training programs you can. Ask for more. And if you do that, your sales will soar. And I say this is excellence, because that's what it's all about. The fourth thing we found that the top salespeople do, and it gives them an edge, is they follow up, follow up, follow up. In fact, research on selling has found that 80% of sales come from 5 or more contacts, and that 80% of salespeople do 2 or fewer contacts. In other words, you got to stick to it. And you got to get back to people. You got to follow through in your commitments. Get them more information. Make another phone call. Have another meeting. We say that follow-up is the greatest closing technique of all time. It will make you more money, and it will make you more successful in time. So you got to get organized. You got to use your computer and your database there. Use your smartphone. Use your iPad, whatever it is, to keep track of where you're at with accounts, when you need to get back to them, so that you can follow up and follow through and be a winner. Don't let opportunities slip through your fingers. Let the competition do that. You be a winner and get it done, and it'll make you more money. Now, the last thing that we found that the best salespeople do anywhere is they have this relentless belief in themselves. Now, I'm not giving you a motivational speech here, but the truth of the matter is we do have to work on that belief, because in sales, you have an opportunity for rejection and negativism and no's, and the best of the best can let that get them down. It can beat them down. And the salespeople tend to be pretty critical anyway. Make a sales call, and we think about, what did I do wrong? Where did I screw up? Why didn't I get that sale? We found the best think differently. What they think about is, okay, I didn't get the sale, but what did I do right? What can I learn from this account? What will I do even more effectively next time? Notice the slight change in perception and approach in terms of the learning that you can gain and the focus on being more positive. That's what we're talking about. See, every person's kind of like a tiny acorn that has a pattern of a mighty oak tree. We have tremendous potential, but we need to dig deep sometime to get it, to get us through the obstacles and the challenges that we face. And that's what the best of the best do. That's what I mean by believing in yourself. So, education and training is important. Coaching from your manager is important. Mentoring with the best of the best is important. All that helps us to reinforce the right way to do business, the skills and talents we need to use to be successful, and it keeps our attitude positive. William Clement Stone said this: if you can conceive it, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And that's what being a superstar salesperson is all about. Thank you for coming, and I look forward to talking with you soon.